what do you want to achieve in the next year?
A few things. I've thought long and hard about this. I did like a to-do list of what I want to really achieve. First and foremost, which I'm prioritizing over everything, is my grades. I want to achieve 3 A stars at A level. I think I can, and that's like the primary goal. Second goal, which is to get minimum 3 degree apprenticeship offers. I'd really, really like to get a choice of where I could potentially work in the future. And I think the final thing for me personally is I want to develop myself physically. So I want to eat healthier. I want to stick to having 5 fruit a day. I want to really make sure that I'm eating healthier and then keeping to my gym sort of timetable and really building myself physically because I've started this journey and I want to really now focus and hone in on the specific aspects of improving yourself physically and just in terms of general health. So those 3 things are probably the pillars of where I want to be improving. What about yourself?
I haven't thought about it as much. I was thinking about it once I asked the question. I'd say yeah, A levels want to do as well as possible in them. Just want to get them out of my life, to be completely honest. I feel as if we started this journey and we talked about it on the podcast, how fun A levels are and which they are, learning about a subject that you enjoy. But I feel at the same time now that it comes to doing the exams or
It's the
as exams
revision.
come closer, it's
It's
just
the
the
revision
revision that
towards
just
the end. Yeah.
it's just demoralizing on another level. Um, I I feel as if yeah, so A levels are probably going to be the biggest thing that I just want to get rid of out of my life. Um, and I would say second to that, I want to learn how to solve a Rubik's cube.
Mm.
Um, have like 5 Rubik's cubes at home that which don't know how to solve. No one at home knows how to solve them, but we I think that's my challenge for 2024 is to be able to solve a Rubik's cube, and I think also just try and be happier. I mean, I'm quite happy. I think just exams just bore you down and they
Mm.
weigh you down. But I feel as if once exams are over, just try and enjoy myself as much as possible and make the most of it. Live in the moment, live in the present. Don't worry about the future. Don't focus on the past, but be present.
Mm. So speaking of sort of enjoyment, we saw about 3 things you want to achieve or what you want to achieve. What are the most things you're looking forward to enjoying next year? Because I can give you the one
Oh,
thing which I'm most likely looking forward to enjoying is our trip,
or
our
interrailing.
our interrailing trip. I think it's going to be absolutely incredible.
Yeah, I think interrailing will be a lot of fun. That's something that I'm enjoying. But I think also just September, wherever that leads me, just
Mm.
enjoying a new chapter in my life from 7 years in one school to go somewhere, maybe even geographically in a different country, like Scotland. It's just I think will be extremely interesting and extremely fun.
Same, same. I have these debates in my head being like, I feel like it is time now. I'm ready to leave school and I'm excited to begin the new journey. That doesn't mean I'm nervous as hell as well, but I am sort of ready in that aspect to leave school and see what life takes us on. And yeah, I think that's a nice sort of point to end on in terms of with regards to the new year, it's important to have goals and it's important to set systems in place to achieve those goals, but more importantly, live in the present because the memories and the emotions that you feel now and that you create from the moments that you're living in, trust me, they're the ones that you're going to live back on and sort of realize. I think from this year, that's the one thing I've learned, which is living in the present truly gives you so much happiness in the future like
Yeah.
moments that we experienced in Liverpool, I mean US, like living in the present in US, I still smile whenever I like remember those memories. So
Even
yeah,
like Liverpool, like there were when we were meant to go to sleep at like 11 or whatever, and then we're
but we
up in
ended up
each
going to
other's
sleep at
rooms till
2.
like 3 o'clock in the morning,
Yeah.
2 o'clock in the morning, and you're just there. You have like a phone maybe to prank call a few people.
Oh,
we were so immature. But just those conversations that you have at 2 o'clock in the morning
Yeah,
without any distractions in your way, without people scrolling aimlessly on TikTok or Instagram or anything. Just you in the present discussing whatever you want to discuss with you with people that are close to you. I think it has probably been some of the most fun memories I've
for
had.
sure, for sure. Yeah, no, definitely. And I think that's a nice point to sort of finish this main segment of the podcast with. So, yeah, I think for everyone out there, I think it's really important one to reflect on the year that you've just had, but also set some goals and think about what you really, really want to enjoy and sort of explore in the new year. So that's our challenge for you. If you could do that, we would be really, really happy. And we hope that you've enjoyed listening to us reminisce and remitard about our last year. So for the final time of 2023, let's move on to answering the inbox. And Anirudh, have you got the questions for us?
I do have the questions. Thank you very much to the people who have sent these questions in. Dylan has not seen the questions yet, so if you're unfamiliar with this format, basically at the end of each podcast, we answer or we give each other questions that have been sent into us. So please feel free to send them to the student inbox queries at gmail.com. And they're just quick, short, sharp questions about whatever you want. And it's also 100% anonymous. So whatever question you want to share, we won't share your name or anything.
And
So,
just remember to send them into the student inbox queries at gmail.com.
okay, so the first question is, what is the most exciting thing you have learned in the past year?
Most exciting thing I've
I saw this
learned.
question and I was like, that's a juicy question.
Most
Because
exciting thing I've learned this year. Um, damn, that stumped me. What is the most exciting thing I've learned this year? Oh, it was from a book that I was reading called The Taking of Jemima Boone. How colonialized what's it called? How Native Americans sort of tribal expansion shaped America back way back when. And the one thing I learned was the amount of different tribes that were living in America before the settlers sort of took the land. That was really exciting. Like they had really cool names like the Cherokee or the Shawnee tribes. Really cool. And I want to learn more about them actually. So yeah, learning the most exciting thing I've learned is probably about the tribes in Native America pre expansion.
I
You?
mean, one of the really cool things is that quite a lot of the tribes have names after helicopters. Like you have a Cherokee helicopter, you have an Apache helicopter named after Native American tribes. Um, I would say one exciting thing that I have learned over the past year is probably, well, basically for our history coursework, we looked into African American civil rights, and I feel as if people often, I mean, the way in which we looked at it was that the 1960s was the most important turning point for African American civil rights, and post 1960s there was actually a negative turning point for African American civil rights, which I found very interesting because when you look at like incarcerate, no, you know when you put in prison, it begins with an I. Incarceration.
Incarceration.
Incarceration. That's the word. Incarceration rate increased from 1970. Things like the quota system got removed for African Americans in 1978, and different things like that. Because I feel as if often people have this view of history that just gets better as it goes along. Like African American civil rights started off horribly in the 1890s and progressively got better over the years. Well, in actual fact, you could make the argument that the 1970s actually were a worse period for African American civil rights in terms of acting as a turning point, which I found very interesting.